It is Motorcycle Live 2024 and we're here once again at the NEC in Birmingham. I think this is my 5th show in a row. So where are we going to start? Well, why don't we start right here at Royal Enfield, because I rode the new Himalayan 450 in the dirt track, the test track. So we're going to show a bit of video on that, and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Cracking little bike compared to the last one, which was very lethargic, didn't enjoy it at all. It was just, it wasn't great. Whereas this one, totally solid, really enjoyed it. It is 450cc, it is around 40 horsepower, the price 5,750, starting off at 5,750. I think that is an absolute bargain. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, as for the rest of the Royal Enfield range, they just go from strength to strength, if you ask me. The designs, the customizing on this is absolutely fantastic. For the prices, these are 6,749, around 6,750. They're the 650cc, the Venerable Twin. I love that name, Venerable Twin. But as you can see, these look gorgeous. These are the, what are they called? The Bear 650 Interceptors. Apparently there's some rider in America rode up a Bear Hill or something like that. I can't really remember. Looks absolutely fabulous. Oh, I did test ride a 650 Interceptor a couple of years ago in Lanzarote. I'll put the link up there somewhere. Where else do we have? Shotgun 250. I'm wandering around here. You might not like, I don't know how this style of video is going to work, me wandering around talking to myself. I look like a complete gobshite, but hey, I've always looked like a complete gobshite, so what's new? So we are walking down here to the more classic styles. So these are classics. These are around between 6.5 to 6.8. So that classic Royal Enfield look, the 50s and 60s look, whatever you look. Well, I have a 1971 Triumph Bonneville, and it doesn't look much more modern. I'm talking shite. These are the 350s. Yeah, 350s making 15 kilowatts. I have no idea what a kilowatt is. 20 odd horsepower, learn illegal, but they look classy, look great. Classy, classic, because that's the name on the side. It says classic. So wandering around, trying to get as much in here as I can. Probably going to leave here now. More Royal Enfields over there, more customizing. I'll be cutting this as I go along. You're probably not going to see this shite. What else do we have here? Oh, it's the Himalayan again. Oh, it's got side things on it. I didn't see this one earlier. So, more customizing. It was a black and gold one. It was a black and gold one that I rode around the track earlier. Royal Enfield HNTR 350. That is a lovely little bike. How much is that? Under £4,000. £3,979. You're gonna love it. Oh, this is very nice. 650. Don't know, is it one of the customs, or there's nothing on the screen there, so I can't really see that there. But yeah, have I spoken enough? I think I've said enough now. Royal Enfield, absolutely love them. I love them every time I come here. I've ridden the 650 Interceptor in Lanzarote. I've ridden both the old Himalayan and the new Himalayan. New Himalayan absolutely rocks, fantastic little bike. And yeah, Royal Enfield, bargain, absolute bargain. Right, where am I going to go to next? Kawasaki. So I have been giving Kawasaki quite a bit of grief over the last few years. And I shouldn't really, because, you know, I kind of like Kawasaki's. I used to race ZX6Rs. I still have a ZX6R race bike. I'm trying to kind of get past it. It's still really busy. Sorry about that. But they have a lot of nice ones. Now this one here, the Z900RS, 13.5 grand, 112 horsepower. I think it looks really nice. Very retro look about it. So, oh yeah, a couple of retro bikes here. Again, a little 650s, Z650s. Really nice, classic style, classic design. Yeah, lovely little bikes, lovely little bikes. So they've got their kind of their retro style, but these are the new Z900s, and they don't even have a price on them yet. And I think they're looking great. I don't know, is it they've softened their design, or is the design just kind of has got into me? Have I finally kind of accepted it? It's grown on me. But it's quite hard to get a new design on motorbikes these days. But Kawasaki, you've got to be, I'm going to applaud them. You've got to give them some credit for the change. They're distinctive, they're uniquely Kawasaki. They're like nothing else. Hondas tend to be a bit boring and a bit staid. Now we'll come back to Honda, because Honda do have a couple of new bikes this year as well. They're kind of expanding a little bit on the design front, but I'm really liking the Z900s. No prices on them yet. Now they still have the sport bikes, fair play to them. So they're holding the fort on the Super Sport 600s. Them along with Honda are the only two left. So you've got the ZX6R. I have an old ZX6R race bike 636, and as I said, I've raced the ZX6R and the pre-97s a long, long time ago. So I still have a soft spot for the ZX6R. I'm just, oh, there's a nice one in black. I'm just trying to get past here. Keep going, brother, keep going. You'll get there, you'll get there, you'll get there. Little 500. Oh. Hybrid. Yeah, the Ninja 7 hybrid, right? Makes only 70 horsepower, 69 PS for 12 grand sterling, 12,000 pounds for a, yeah, me hoop. Okay, this is the H2 SX, the supercharged daddy, and it ain't cheap. It is 26 grand, 26,000 pounds, about 200 horsepower. Yeah, 200 PS. It's a bit of a beast of a bike. This wouldn't be my style, bit too much for me. The 1100 SXs, they're all right, I suppose, a bit bland, but little pocket rocket ZX 4RR. That would be hilarious. 80 horsepower from a 400cc engine. That's just absolutely nuts. What else is I looking at here? Okay, the ZX10R. Jeez, they're not really pushing the ZX10R at the minute, are they? There's a couple of, there's one there, ZX10R.
It's got a button that you right.
Yeah, I'm not really, this isn't really informative, is it? This is probably, you know what, I should have gone back to my previous plan and just sticking the camera on a fucking tripod, because this walking around shite, I didn't really do. Versus seems to be a bit of a forgotten bike. You know, the whole dual purpose adventure type bike. I don't know why. 1100 engine. They're grand. They're just like, I think they're just like the epitome of grand. I mean, if you're a Kawasaki fan who's been riding ZX6Rs, ZX9Rs, ZX10Rs all your life, then you might, you know, the bones are creaking a little bit, and you go onto a Versus, and you'll not go wrong. It's grand. It's not going to shake the bones, but like, you know, they're different. Kawasaki's got his own style, and you got to say fair play to them. But anyway, the RS, the classic, the Z900s, and these ones, the new Z900s with no price on them, cracking. Yeah, Jesus, this is shite. Sorry, not the stand, not the show. Just my different approach to trying to do a fucking show review on this. Well, jog on. Where should I go? That way. Okay, so now we are at BMW, Bavarian Motor Vehicle Works, who knows. And right, what can we say about BMW? They basically have a finger in every single pie. First of all, we're at the Super Sports here. The BMW S1000RR, still one of the, in my opinion, one of the greatest bargains of any superbike out in the market. This one here, okay, it's up at 27,795. I don't know what's included in that one. Does this one have the carbon wheels? Is this the M Sport one? So you've got the RR starting off at just under 18, the RR Sport 19,310. The model on display, including options, is 27,995. I don't know why. I don't know what options this has. It does have the carbon wheels. Still looks tidy. Still looks like. Still looks sweet. Although obviously everyone is trying to look up here to the M Sport bikes. We have the M1000R, the M1000XR, which we've all seen Peter Hickman wandering around, have a little Sunday spin around the Isle of Man TT on that one. So that's 29 grand. The R is 26,350. And here we have the daddy, the M1000RR. Now, I know a couple of lads who have one of these. Well, this is the updated one. I'll tell you what, you'd have to be some fanboy to tell the difference. I think there's more bodywork differences. I don't know, I'll ask someone to say what's been the difference, because it's only been 2 years since the original one came out. So a bit early for a midlife kind of refresh. It's still a monster of a bike. It's imposing. Imposing, is that the right word? Now, I do have an offer. Was going to ride one this year. My mate Peter, fair play to you, Peter. We just never got around to it. It's been, the weather this year, Mondello in Ireland has been terrible. Haven't got around, have not got around to taking it out. But hopefully next year, 2025, because I have a new bike. Oh yeah, did I mention? I have a new bike. I have a new bike coming in the new year. It is here today, yes, finally. After years and years, I haven't bought a bike in years, I have bought one. It's the most expensive vehicle I've ever bought in my life, and I'm giddy as a school child. And we will come and see that. So you're going to have to hold out to see what have I actually going to buy, what have I put my money down for. But anyway, what is this? 212 horsepower. I mean, by this stage, anything above 200, it's academic really at this stage. So what else do we have down here? The S1000 XR. They're an incredible bike, 170 horsepower. If you're going to have one of these over a multi, it all comes down to the fact, are you a Ducati man or are you a BMW man? It's as simple as that. The S1000 R Sport, 170 horsepower. The R starts off at 13,760. That seems like a good deal to me, although having said that, that Honda Hornet 1000, 155 horsepower for 10 grand. I think, okay, you might get an extra 15 horsepower, but I think that Honda, because you got the Öhlins rear and the uprated Showa forks and the higher spec Brembo brakes, that Honda, yeah, I'd go for that. I'd sacrifice the 15 horsepower and go for the Honda over this, especially that color. R1250s. R1250s. You know where I'm going here. Yeah, you all know I'm going down to have a look at the GSs, but I'm going around. I've no idea where the hell I'm going here. So I'm being smiling at here because they all think I'm getting off my head. So we're at the GSs. Now, I've always said nobody needs anything, the 1000, the 1200 cc's. The 900 is all the bike you're ever going to need. By the way, we're all blown up by the 1300 because it's the all singing, all dancing, it's the big daddy. We all want it, even though it's completely unnecessary for anyone, for 99% of people. I've been saying that before. Unless you're traveling too up or you're clinically obese, you don't need a 1250 or the 1300. The 900 is more than you need, But I took out GS 1250, one of the last of the 1250s, not that long ago. Now the video, I'll put the link up here. And I was blown away because the last GS I rode was the 1200. And that was, how would you say, rather agricultural. The 1250 blew me away, defied physics. I have absolutely just no idea how they did it. I did have the offer of riding the 1300, I just do not have the time. The offer is still there, but the guy who has the 1300, who did own the 1250 that I rode, has one of these coming, the Adventure. Now the Adventure is the controversial one. We've all seen the pictures of it, and I thought, God, that's a little bit kind of disturbing. It looks feckin' ugly. And then it kind of grew, I think, some of the pictures, but now seeing it here in the flesh for the first time. I mean, this one's 27,750. It's the Adventure T, it's the ASA, it's the automatic version. This is the one, this is the all singing and dancing one, because that paint job, I know that paint job on the standard GS 1300 is about 3 grand on its own. 3 grand for a green paint job, I don't know. So, okay, so here's the red Adventure. No, it's not, no. Because I don't mind the front of the standard GS. I think it's a handsome looking bike. From the 1250 to that, I think it's a good looking bike. That just seems too much. And the Adventure is for the 1250. The previous one was you know, it's a big girl. Is that sexist to say big girl? I don't care, I'm 53, whatever. I'm not thinking it works on that. Don't think it works in the green. But the black, I think it looks all right. And the trophy colors, I don't think it looks too bad. I'm still going to go for the standard. I would still go for the standard. But I mean, if you need the Adventure, I don't know why you'd need it. Is that higher than that one? Is that higher than that one? I don't know. It looks lower. There's probably in the blurb. So the Adventure of the standard, I wouldn't get the standard Adventure. I wouldn't get the Adventure version. I'd go with the standard GS 1300. Forget everything I said about going for the 900s or the smaller versions, because that 1250 that I rode was incredible. And from what I gather, the 1300 is about, it's like the 1250, it's only about 5, they've kind of improved it from what he reckons, about 5% across the board. And a lot of people kind of say the same thing. If you have a 1250, stick with it. You know, if you enjoy it, stick with it. And if you are in the market for a new one, then okay, obviously go for the 1300. It's not really, unless you've got money to burn, it's not really worth changing up. Now, I'm sort of lost here. So that's the GSs. Look at my review on the 1250, incredible. And if the 1300 is even better, I just don't even know. I haven't got a clue. Right, look at the state of this. I don't even know. Mother of divine Jehovah. I mean, I'm guessing it's not really catered for the Irish or the British market. This one's 31.5. It's the 1800cc engine. Okay, it's 91 horsepower. We forget about the 91 horsepower. It makes 158 Newton meters of torque, which is a lot of torques. I mean, you got to give them credit for, I don't know, credit for something, credit for bravery. You need to be a brave man to ride one anyway. So we're thinking about the 1800. There is a nice 1800 over here. I actually quite like this one. This is what they call the R18 Roctane or R-Octane. This is 24,250. Again, it's not my style of bike. It's not my type of bike. But I like the finish on this one. It looks quite cool. There's a classic here, that's 22 grand. These are the custom bikes. This one is called the Peach or the Pink or something. But that is lovely. That is really nice. I really like this one. Okay, I'm not too much of a fan of the color, but I do like the minimalism of it. But even better, this one, we ready? This is the R18 Pier City. So it's written on the side. I really like this one. 1800cc engine. It's the same 1800cc boxer engine, but I just love the minimalism. The colors are just lovely. It's just, yeah, a lot of work gone into this one, a lot of design, and I really like it. And we still have the R12s, the R9Ts. What are they called? R12 9T. I don't know why it's called an R12 9T. 90? Is it? I don't know. Right, have we had enough of BMWs? Are we BMW'd out now? I think we're BMW'd out. Yeah, enough of BMW now. Do you remember I just said earlier that I had bought a new bike? That I had ordered a new bike and I was picking it up in the new year, that it was going to be delivered in the new year, and hopefully, well, do you want to guess what I just bought? Oh, sweet divine Jesus. Do you know what? No, hold on. Have you seen it? Guess where we are? We're in Ducati. We're in Ducati. Of course. We're in Ducati. And I've ordered one. But which one have I ordered? Have I gone mad? And I've gone for a DesertX. If you watched my review from last year, you saw me fawning all over this RVE, this hypermotard, the 698cc. What else did we see? What, am I a scrambler type person? Hell no, I'm a Diablo type person. Sweet divine Jesus, no. What have I just gone and put an order on? The new Panigale V4S. I kid you not. I bit the bullet and I bought one. And all going to plan, the 1st of March, mine will be on the road. This is exact same specification as one I bought, £29,995. It's the most expensive vehicle I've ever bought. Okay, 30 grand on a motorcycle. It's an insane amount of money, but if I paid 30 grand for a fucking Tesla or a fucking Kia Sportage, have you seen the price of Kia Sportages these days? No. 30 grand on one of these. My car is 17 years old. It's an old diesel estate with 250,000 miles in it. So I've got my priorities straight and I've ordered one of these. £29,950, arriving 1st of March. Before then, but going to be registered for the 1st of March. I have gone for the it's the V4S. I initially was going to go for the exhaust cans on this. Now the exhaust cans is different ranges. So you can have the standard, you have the Akrapovic race cans, Akrapovic or Terminoni? Akrapovic, cheers, I'm off my head here. For £4,000 and you get an extra 4 horsepower for that, or you go for the full system and that's an extra 8 grand. You get 8 horsepower for that. So you're paying £1,000 per horsepower. But I'll be honest with you, £30,000 is a lot of moolah. I still don't know where I'm going to get it from yet, but I have another 3 months to go. And I've decided I'm not going to go for the exhaust quite yet. It's going to be hard enough for me to get the money to pay for the entire bike first, never mind the exhaust. And we'll find out if a few months after that things go well, a dead aunt, a rich aunt that I never knew dies, then I might try and get the exhaust system then. But this is it. This is the daddy. 214 and a half or 15 and a half horsepower, something like that. I don't really know what more to say. You've seen all the lads on the reviews on it. So yeah, well, you would have heard me say in previous reviews, oh, I hope to ride this bike next year, or maybe I'll get, well, this one is guaranteed. I will be testing this one in the new year because it will be mine. So I'll be taking it to Mondello. I'll do the road things on it, but it's not a road bike. You can't ride it on the road. But I'll be taking it to the track at Mondello. It's the first dry track day we get in March. Yeah, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm giggly as a schoolgirl. That is my new bike. So no extras on it. I spec'd one for the crack, just for the sheer hell of it. Go on the Ducati configurator and you can go feckin' mad. So I spec'd one, like the carbon wheels, $4,000. The race clutch, another $4,000. You know, feckin', these in carbon. I'm going to show you this one over here, which is all fully spec'd. They're like 850 quid in carbon fiber. Let's take a dander over to it for the extras. But I priced it up and I got to £57,000. I'm going to put the link, the little picture up here. Around 57 grand is what I spec'd it up to. So I'm sticking with the standard one at 30 grand. So this is it. This is the full system I was talking about. It's 8 grand. So 8 grand for the full system. The standard cans come out down below and they're around £4,000 for your extra 4 horsepower. These are the ones I told you, there's no middle ground. So you're either going to have the plain red or the carbon, 850 quid. Carbon is a bit of a jip because when I got my last Panigale, the difference in the S and the standards was they threw in the carbon front mudguard, hugger, whatever you want to call it, front mudguard. This, no, it's just black, you've got to pay extra for that. Who knows how much it is, how much extra for this. So this one's fully loaded one. This has got a load of carbon on it. I don't even want, does this have the carbon wheels? No, just got the standard forged wheels. So this one is spec'd up like this. You're talking 40s anyway. I don't know what else, more, 8 grand. Yeah, that's the race clutch, 4 grand. Yeah, insane amount of money. But I'm sticking with the original. I'm sticking with the bog standard one. The bargain basement 30 grand V4S. You know, the yellow pack one, that's the one I'm going for. And yeah, beginning of March. So there we go. Granted, if I had any sense, I'd get that instead for the real world. V2S is far better. This is the new one. It's a bit of a funny one because they discontinued the original V2, which was 155 horsepower, discontinued it, and then they brought out this one, the Super Sport. So it's a smaller engine. It only makes about 120 horsepower, but it's a lot lighter. It's about, from what I gather, like 20-30 kilos lighter. And it is from the test track, is it Fiorino? Whatever test track that it is, like literally half a second slower than the last one. So, and a lot cheaper. So this one is coming in, well, no, it's not that much cheaper. This one is £17,000 for this V4S. 120 horsepower, so you're down 40 horsepower, but you're down a hell of a lot less, a lot more weight. It's a lovely little bike. This is all the bike you need, but I have a small penis, so I have to go for that one. So, 1st of March, you'll see it. Right, what else do we have here? So, Street Fighter V2S. The Street Fighter V2S. So it's the same engine as the Panigale V2S. Street Fighter V4S. 208 horsepower. I mean, granted, if you're into your nakeds, it is a stunning looking bike. I'm not really a naked fan. Naked bikes, that is. Hold. Right, we're going to take a wander, The RVE, I raved about this last year. It was my bike of the show last year. I did look into it seriously for the money. It's 12 grand because you're going to need it with the race exhaust system. That brings up to something like around 80 horsepower. It's just insanity. Insanity written all over that bike. That's just brutal nuts. The DucatiDesertX and the Rally. So they're kind of expanding the Desert X model line. They're great looking ones. I did ride the standard Desert X on the experience track a few years ago. I wasn't that impressed, but I found out afterwards they had the settings. I think enduro mode, it was like the softest mode, the nanniest mode, and it had the ABS on full, and it was a pain in the backside. You touched the brakes, they locked it, the ABS kicked in, and you were flying past. It was a joke. So this is the Desert X Rally. £19,295. I mean, it's a gorgeous looking bike, but I mean, are you really going to be taking this across the desert? You're going to blow 20 grand on that? It's stunning, but I think that's going to be more. I think that's going to be spending a lot more time at coffee shops. The Ducati RS Multistrada V4 RS, all, you ready for this? £33,000, £32,795. 33 grand, that's more money than the Panigale V4S. That is a lot of money. And to be honest, I know a mate who got the Pikes Peak, Jamie, and I think the Pikes Peak is a better looking bike for about 10 grand cheaper. And you know what? If you didn't see these badges, the RS, you'd have no idea. The only way I think I could tell, oh yeah, I saw titanium there. Other than that, you wouldn't have a clue. You wouldn't have a clue that this is more money than a V4S Panigale. So we have the V4 Pikes Peak. I didn't even notice here. I didn't notice it because of the crowds. Pikes Peak or the RS? 28 grand. 27,795 for 170 horsepower. And this is a bloody nice looking bike. That's lovely. That is gorgeous. That is a damn fine looking bike. Jamie, you did well, my son. You did well, because that looks lovely. And then you go over to the RS, you see them side by side and say, yeah, that's all right. It's £33,000. So £33,000 or £28,000. So an extra £5,000 for this. So you're talking about €6,000. What do you get? An extra 10 horsepower and a titanium rear subframe. No, I think this is actually a deal. The Pikes Peak is not only a better deal, I think it's a better looking bike. That's lovely. I mean, look, deep color in the reds. This is 21.5 for this one. 21.8 for the black. Thrilling black. Give me a break. So what else are we looking at? More V4Ss, more V4Ss, more V4Ss. The Monster SP. Did I look at the Monster SP earlier? It's a fine looking bike. 111 horsepower, 14,300. That does look nice. That does look nice. Those Termies really set it off. That's a lovely looking bike. I'm not going anywhere near the Diavel. I'm not a fan of the Diavel. Sorry about that, Diavel fans. And as I said earlier, Ducati's got into the motocross scene as well, same as Triumph. Apparently doing really well over in America. So this is their Desmo 450 MX. To be honest with you, I don't know much about these type of bikes, so there's nothing much I can tell you about it. #1 Italian champion. So there you go. There's loads of, and the scramblers. You know what? Not my type of thing. If I lived in a city, yeah, probably get one for a laugh. Good looking bikes, but that's it. That's Ducati. But the biggest news is obviously that I'm getting a V4S. Stick around, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, whatever. And come 1st of March, come March, good week, good weather. You're going to see me, fingers crossed, all going well, on my own V4S down at Mondello, giving it sucks. All right, off we go. I've no idea where we're going to go. Oh, another Italian. Let's go. Yes, indeed. More Italian pornography. What? mvagusta. Absolutely stunning. Every year I come here and I just got to spend a little bit more time looking at these. Now we have the F3RR Ottantesimo. Don't quote me on my Italian. I haven't got a clue. I don't know what this one's different to the other standard F3s. Still looks hot and sexy. For once, and as you know, I'm not a huge fan of naked bikes, but for once, the naked version is actually better looking. Look at this, the dragster. Look at that back wheel, just the attention to detail on this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love that back wheel. It's like off the Rush. They do have one here. We'll have a look at it in a second. But that is lovely. But no prices on these. So no price. Have a guess. I don't know. 20 grand? 25? No idea. But take a look at this. Sweet Divine. The Super Veloce. Okay, I'm gonna have to read this one. Super Veloce 1000 Serie Oro. If you're gonna try and ask me what 1,000 is in Italian, I ain't gonna have a guess. And these people are in my way. But look at that. Let us just have a moment of silence to absorb, to take it. Look at those wheels. I mean, holy. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless here. I mean, it's porn. It is porn. Did I show you the price? 61,400 pounds. I mean, who am I to say is it worth it or not? It is a work of art. You are paying for art. Look at these exhausts. Just, I don't even know what the statistics are on this. 200 horsepower, 210. Does it really matter? 208. Made of carbon and unobtainium. And look at that. Look at that. Calm down. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Is that really necessary? You're gonna need to take that off going through the airport. Right, hold on. We have more porn around here. You ready? The Rush 1000. got to be one of the finest looking, most beautiful naked bikes, naked, super naked, whatever you want to call it, on the planet. Oh my word. So that looks like a carbon. I don't even know. I don't even know. Ugh. Sorry, darling. I've only got one seat. Can't take you. I don't know if that's someone's signature. It's Italian. Do you want to know the price of this one? It is 44 grand. 44,000 pounds. Bargain if you fucking ask me. Absolutely stunning. And here we have the Enduro Veloce. Now, we have a man, we have a mate, we have a buddy, Dazza, who is about to order the Enduro Touring, or is it the Touring Veloce? I've seen the pictures of it. It's all black, it's a more road bias. I suppose this has got the spoke wheels on it, the Enduro Veloce, to give it more of that off-road look on it. So here's the Touring Veloce, and it looks gorgeous. I've seen the pictures of it and it looks stunning. So I think he's paying, I think it's around 20 grand sterling, but you just got to keep looking at that one. Right, I'm talking gibberish. Should we move on to KTM? Because KTM is right next door. Oh, hold on, no. We should go to Husqvarna. I don't normally go to Husqvarna, but I saw this one earlier, and it is gorgeous. The Vitpillen 801. The unfortunate thing about this one, and I'm going to squeeze past these gentlemen, thank you lads. The unfortunate thing about this one is a factory kind of a custom, because look at that exhaust. Tucks on it, rips around, and comes through there. That has got to be one of the coolest looking exhausts I've ever seen. This is actually stunning, and I'll be honest with you, I've not been a fan of Husqvarna's kind of design. It's bold, it's different, so you've got to applaud them for it. Not really my type of thing, not really my type, a bit too out there. Someone's shouting over there. A bit too out there for my liking. This one took my attention, but unfortunately this is a custom, and this one, as it looks now, is not going into production. Doesn't have a price. So 401, so that is what it's, well, that's the Svartpillen, that's the Vitpillen, and this is the Potato Pillen, Vitpillen again. And the Norton, now you know with these ones, the engines are the KTM engines, which are a cracking engine. And so the Husqvarna, the KTM, and what's the other one? Oh, CF Moto, they're all using derivatives of the same engine. So Norton, I know, you're basically just going for the look and the style, whichever one suits you. We're going to KTM, and what are we looking at here? The 990 RCR. We've been screaming for KTM to make a race spec version of their bikes. Basically, give us one of your nutter bikes and stick fairings on it. Ready to race? You raced in MotoGP, yet you didn't have anything for the track. Well, here they have answered our prayers and have brought out the 990 RCR. This is the RCR, this is the track version. So it's a 990. The new one's come out, about 130 horsepower, 128. Obviously, to be confirmed. But okay, yeah, the track version. That's the dog's danglies. That's pretty fucking impressive. Beautiful set of Brembos down there. I don't know which version the WP forks they are, but this is going to be the one that we're going to be able to ride. So we have a slightly lower spec Brembos, and I don't know, these are the new ones. I'm going to be honest with you, a little bit too much orange for me. A little bit too much. I know orange is the corporate color, but this is just a little bit. I need to put my sunglasses on. Yes, I am wearing sunglasses because this morning it was been damn bright. The sun was out this morning. Anyway, you know, in typical KTM fashion, this is going to be lunacy. It's going to be nuts. The 990, it's a V-twin, Apex, Pro forks, Brembo calipers. I can't remember the name of these new ones. It does look gorgeous. I'll have to pass on. I don't know about the front. I know it's all for it's form. No, sorry, it's function over form, and it's like very much a replica of the MotoGP bikes. Does it mean I have to like it? Yeah, this would be hilarious. This would be good crack. Well, I say that now, we don't know what the price is. But I mean, the standard one isn't that expensive. Let's have a wander around here. That's 1390. Well, the 990 Duke is 13 grand. So it's 13 grand. How much more? Will it go to what? 16, 17? If you're talking the Panigale V2S, what was that? 16 grand for 120 horsepower. So it's got more power. Seems to be more dedicated of a track tool. I reckon it's going to be in around that same market, around 17 grand. I'm only guessing, I have no idea. So this is the Duke R, to be confirmed again. So this is more of a nicer color scheme in my eyes. I like more the white and the black. Yes, that for me, less orange, more white and black. I reckon that would look, it does look good though. Oh. So what else do we have here? 1390 Super Duke R. My mate Jonathan has one of these. He's a lunatic, round Mondello. Yeah, complete nutter. And a stormer of a bike. What is that, 180 horsepower? 18 grand. 190 horsepower. We have to come back to this one. I don't know if I pointed this one out already. Because they've all seemed to have gone to this new, the Predator look eyes. This 125, the 390. 390 is a cracking little bike. But 5.7, take a look at this, because if you don't mind the older look, the current 2024, 790 was 6741. Only a grand more. And these are 95 horsepower in something that weighs little more than a fag packet, than a crisp bag. That is, what do they used to call it, a scalpel? Be nuts. For that much money, and to be honest, I think I prefer those lights. That's 990, 13 grand. Right, so let's go for a wander. So with the Super Duke GTs, they finally got the old Predator face on the new GTs. We have a mate, Neil, another one of the instructors. I haven't spoken to him yet, don't know if he's going to be going for one of the new versions. I think his one's only less than a year old. But you know, he's very image conscious. So he'd always want the new one. He's a bit petite like that. That's Neil. So, and I'm talking about Neil. That's it. Well, then it's 790s, 690s, 790s, 990s, 890 Adventure R, 14 grand, 103 horsepower. Oh, the SMT. Oh, this might be a bit hilarious. Do you know what? Looks very deceiving. Looks very conservative. Looks very normal and boring. Yeah, you know, it's nuts. 103 horsepower. Again, weighs nothing. These are the bikes with those with a bit of skill will be back and skidding the arse end out of it. Not me. Well, not on purpose anyway. Right, that's KTM. Where should we jog on to? We have Triumph, one of my favourites. Though, a funny feeling this one isn't going to be a great one. So we're walking into the stand in this direction, and we have Triumph's first foray into the motor. Not first, they were doing it years ago. Steve McQueen was riding one back in the 60s and 70s. So we have the motocross bikes. You know, if you're in the market, 11 grand for a 450, I don't know is that big money or not. I do like riding them. You can buy a 250 for 9.8. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, I don't know is that good price or not. But we are going to go on, okay, so we have the Tigers. Now, anyone who's watched any of my videos in the past knows that I'm a massive Triumph fan. I have two. I have an old T595 Daytona, which I'm converting into a bloody cafe racer type bike. But I also have a 1971 Triumph Bonneville, because I was born in 1971. I used to have a 675 race bike, 675 Daytona race bike. Broke my heart letting that one go. So I'm a massive fan. And I've always said, yeah, the Tiger 1200s, and especially the 800s and the 900s, awesome bikes, but I hate to say this. When you see the likes of like the new BMWs, love or hate the looks of it, you know, and you look at the KTMs, you look at Ducati and the Multistradas, Triumph have done nothing with the Tigers now, it seems like in years, and they're just looking a bit boring. Now all the tests, they still come up top, they still perform unbelievably well. Just the design and the style, they just seem to kind of stalled a little bit. And I mean, they're handsome enough bikes, but and I'm just not getting it out of Triumph anymore. They need, in my opinion, they just need to keep the dynamics, keep the machinery itself, the mechanics, nothing wrong with that, but I think it needs a new design direction. That sounds wanky, but you know what I mean. The big news is they have the Tiger 800. I don't even know what to say about this bike. It's the best description I can give it, I suppose, is it's a commuter bike, because I don't know. It's an easy riding. It's 11 grand. It's 115 horsepower. It's fine. It's just fine. Oh, it's like the Tigers. It's just nothing. And that's a brand new bike. The Trident 660s, this 660 engine. Oh yes, and they have the Daytona 660 as well. Now this is a lovely little bike. I would love to take a spin on this. 95 PS, so just under 100 horsepower. That is a tidy little bike. Really, really nice little bike. Oh, it's not as sport orientated as I thought, but maybe that's just not the market. It's a bit comfy. Could I imagine myself hooning around Mondello on this? I mean, I would for the crack. I don't know how much enjoyment I'd get out of it. That's nice, the Trident 660. These are nice little bikes. This one, the Speed Triple 1200, I mean, it's still here. It hasn't changed in a couple of years. The RS, the naked version. Oh, God, I hate the fact that I'm like not exactly showing as much enthusiasm. The 765, the RS, an absolute storm of an engine, storm of a bike, but they won't be crying for ages to bring out a fair version of it, and they didn't. They have the Daytona 660. What we wanted is the Daytona 765, and they haven't done it. And the worst thing is they're racing them. You can get one. Who is it? Luke Stapleford? Let me have a look. Yeah, Luke Stapleford. We're going to have a look around here. That baby there. He came second. Let me have a look. Finished second in the British Supersport Championship only last year on that. So why don't they have a road version of that, a road legal version of that? I've no idea. Anyway, we've stumbled upon, a Bonneville Bobber. 14,000 pounds. It's only about 80 horsepower, but it's a 1200cc twin, so it's got loads of torque, but look at that. Only Triumph can do this. I mean, yeah, Royal Enfield are bloody good. They don't have anything like this. But like, well, actually, do they? I'm talking out of me hoop. That just looks the dogs. I really like this. This one's got the twin brakes on the front. They never used to have the twin discs at the front, but I think that looks awesome. That is typically Triumph. And here we are. This is Triumph's bread and butter. We have the Bonnevilles, we have the Speedmasters. I'm making it up as I go. The Bonneville T100, the new Bonneville T120. It's an Elvis Presley version. I don't know what that's about. Speed Twin 1200. Bit too much orange. These colours are a bit too modern for me. The Scrambler 900. So that's 9.8. I don't know how much horsepower that makes. More than enough. Great looking bike. Great looking bike. So the retro style bikes, they know how to make them. They're their bread and butter. You can't fault Triumph on them. You know what I know what I'm looking for. I don't know where it is though. I need to go find it. Oh, I see one. I see one. The mad bastard that is. The Rocket 3 GT. Oh, 2.5 litres of madness, 182 horsepower. There's not even a horsepower on this. It has about 500 foot-pound of torque or something like that. So this is 24 grand. I mean, can you get a pound per cc? That's got to be the best value bike here at the show. Absolute nuts. Now this one up here is the Evel Knievel version. When I read about this, I'm like, why would they have, and apparently Evel Knievel was a big Triumph fan. I wasn't aware of that. Evel Knievel, for all you kids out there, kids as in those born since the year 1990, 1980, Evel Knievel was a mad stunt rider. When I was a kid, 40 odd years ago, he was a hero of mine. Kind of the wrong bike to pay homage to him. And I don't really know that many people who'd be that committed to Evel Knievel to get one. But there's Triumph Rocket 3, absolutely awesome, insane bikes, absolutely love them. So, another Stormart, 23 grand. Okay, that's Triumph. I'm a little bit deflated. I wish they need to change the Tigers. They need to seriously bring it. They just need to revamp the design on them. Bring them up. They're just too conservative. This is going to sound like they look no different than a Kawasaki Versys or a Yamaha Tracer, you know. And I'm not trying to be disparaging to those bikes, but they're very conservative looking bikes. They're nice. They do a job, but they're not going to twiddle your nudges. I just made that up. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think they need to do a redesign of the Triumph, the Tigers. Bring out a road legal version of that, 765 RS. 660 is a good start. We want a 765. Right, where am I going to next? Yeah, have a quick trip across the way to Norton. Right, so Norton is a bit of a perennial favorite of mine. I do love the design, the engineering, the style of them, but I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Every show, I don't know how many times I've done the show, 4 times, 5 times. I haven't really changed, and I haven't seen any. Has anyone done any testing on any of them? I haven't seen any. None of the 44 Teeth lads, Chris Northover. No one's done anything of them. Now I was talking to one of the guys earlier about it, saying, "Yeah, it's a pity no one's seen." He says, "Oh yeah, it's been kind of hard with the weather, and because we don't sell them overseas because they're only type approved for here, and kind of just making excuses why no one's actually ridden one yet." So anyway. So to be honest, by the time anyone actually gets to ride them, they're already going to be outdated. They're outdated now, which is a pity. So the Commando 961, I'm just going to be very quick about this. These are about 17 grand. Very annoying about this stand. They don't have the cash prices on the, it's like how much down and how much per month. It's just a finance deals on every single one. It's just a finance deal. It's just like, well, hold on, can you just give me a cash price? Just forget about the fucking finance deal. So that's about 17 grand. This is 42. If you've seen my reviews from the last 2 years, you'll get all the details on that. I'm not going to fawn all over them again. I've done enough fawning over this. This is the CR. It's their own V4 engine, 185, 190 horsepower, same as it was 3-4 years ago. So it's been outdated now. Still a fine looking bike. I'm not too happy with that. This one looks gorgeous. So the whole carbon look. 42,000 bits. It does look awesome. I think they've changed the screen. The screen is updated from when I first saw this a couple of years ago. It's still an insane looking bike. And you have the SV version. This one still looks the dog's bollocks. 44,000 pounds for this. But no one knows what they ride like because no one's test ridden one. So, and it's been out for so long now at stands. The only time you ever see one is at stands. And that's a pity. I'm sorry, Norton. I usually start fawning all over you, but not this time. Norton's beautiful looking bikes, but until anyone can actually ride one, test them. I don't know how they pay for the stand every fucking year. No one's actually tested them. Are they selling any at all? I don't know. Anyway, where are we going to next? All right, BSA. BSA, good looking bikes. I've batted for them. I've wanted them to do well, but for what I gather, I mean, they're not too dissimilar prices to Royal Enfield. I think Royal Enfield trumped them for quality. And one other downside, from what I gather, is depreciation on these is horrendous. I don't want to speak low of them. I don't know what the bikes are like. They're grand. This is my money. I'm sick of the Royal Enfield. I'm sorry, BSA. I'm sorry. It's just too much in this. It's just too much here. I don't have enough time. Right, where are we going to next? Suzuki. I really don't know what's happened with Suzuki. And I love this brand. I used to race a Gixxer 1000 K6 for years. I'm thinking Suzuki is losing its way, it's losing its mojo. I think they're just not really caring anymore. We have, forget about the V-Strom for the second, the 8S and the 8R. So these bikes came out to huge fanfare a couple of years ago. Exciting, they're all coming into the parallel twin bandwagon, but they look different. You know, it was like, okay, Suzuki's trying to do something different here, but they've kind of faded into the distance. And we thought when the 8R came out, that was going to go into the new super sport category where they were evening out power and weight, so it could be more good, like the Yamaha R7, but not a dicky bird, not a dicky bird. They seem to be here at the stand. Sorry about the music, hopefully it's not copyrighted. Let's get past that. These Hayabusa drag bikes, insane. That one there is road legal. The guy who owns it is in his 70s, and he did something like 248 miles an hour on a road legal bike, and he was 71. Nutter. I love him. I want him to be my dad. So the V-Strom 800s, and I thought a lot of these as well because it was kind of a toss-up between this and the Honda Transalp 750. And the 8S was kind of against the the Honda Hornet 750. So they both had new mid-range adventure bikes, the dual-purpose bikes, and kind of the naked bikes and sport bikes. But Suzuki is just, I don't know why. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it at the moment. It just feels a bit lackluster, the whole Suzuki stand. They don't seem to be really giving a shite anymore. I mean, the bikes are grand, there's nothing wrong. They're solid bikes, they're decent looking bikes, they look the business. Here's the 1050, the V-Strom D, they're great prices. Like 13 grand for down from 14 to 13 grand. You know, a 1050cc, you know, they're a cracking bike. They're everything you need them to be, but I don't know. They seem to be putting loads more effort into the Hayabusas, but Jesus, you know, Hayabusas they're always famed for being the fastest bikes on the planet, but they're not even that anymore. I don't even know what the purpose is of these things. They're bloated, they're huge, they're massive. I mean, if they were still able to do 200 miles an hour, then yeah, happy days, but they don't. They've lost their mojo. I don't really know, I'm saying, you know what? Because there's no sport bike, the Gixxer 1000 is gone. The Gixxer 600 is gone. Gixxer 750 went years ago. Not in this country, well, in Europe. You can still get them in America and Australia. You can still go to America and get a brand new GSXR 750, but nothing. We have, you know, 650, 800 and 1000cc adventure bikes, a lot of off-road bikes, and then like the twins kind of middle of the road, which they've done nothing to pursue, and Hayabusas. That's what Suzuki is now. It's quite sad, really. What is happening with the motorbike kind of world now? You know, we're just, it's not the way it used to be. It's not the way it used to be. Right, off to now. Yamaha, please, bring me back, give me some joy. So the Yamaha Tenere 700, and if you've seen any of my show review videos, or if you've seen my actual review of the first Tenere 700, about 2 years ago now, 2-3 years ago, I rode it in Rhodes in Greece, and you'll know that this is one of my favorite bikes on the planet. I absolutely love this bike. Over the years, the range got a little bit mental. There was a Tenere 700, and then there was the Tenere 700, the Rally, and then there was the Pro, and then there was the Adventure, and then there was the Rally Extra Pro, and the Pro. It just got too much. So they have refined it now. 3 models or 2 models? I really should have done my research on this. Tenere 700, 10,400 pounds. 10,400 pounds. So obviously just 2 different colors on this. They did make changes to this. I can't remember, I think there's a new screen on it. So it's a proper screen. We can have a look at one now. Do you know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to ask this guy what the changes are. Okay, so I spoke to a very helpful guy there who's filled me in on the details here. I'll try and remember. So the tank, the whole front has been moved forward and down a little bit. So this has made it a lot easier to ride. Chris Northover has got a great review on this one. So look him up. I don't know, was it on Fast Bikes or Motorcycle News? He does, you know, Chris Northover. So it makes it a little bit more road friendly. The new screen, the traction control on it now is on switchable, so it's easy to change different road settings. Or ABS, you can switch on and off via button instead of going through the menus. So it's just, listen, Chris, it's like, okay, any bike when it comes out, it's a stormer, no matter if it's a Panigale or a GS or one of these, and everyone just raves about them. And then when the new updated model comes up, then we start hearing that the little faults of the previous model. You're like, you didn't mention that at the time. So apparently it's helped it a little bit. Now, in retrospect, people are realizing that the ride could have been a little bit better, and this has been corrected. I thought it was totally fine, but I'm not used to this. I just love the bike anyway, but I'm not that much of an expert. So this is the Rally version. It's only £1,000 more than that. I'm not too sure what extra difference is on it. I don't know. It's still 75 horsepower. I mean, if it rides a little bit better than the original, when I rode it, I'll post a link to my video of the original one. It was riding like a supermoto on the roads around, you know, goes off-road, then within a half a kilometer, I was hooning it around like a supermoto. Oh, this is the World Rally. Oh, God, don't we love twin filler caps? Oh, we love a pair of, how old am I, 12? A pair of, I mean, come on now. Give me a break here. Jesus, we all lost our sense of humor there now. But, so this one's not going to be cheap. No, not much more, 13.2. I mean, when you think about it, there's the World Rally Tenere. I don't know what it's got over the other ones. Ride one, you'll love it. Right, so we're going to move on from Teneres. What do we have here now? The Tracer 900s, Tracer 7 GT, Tracer 700, 7 GT. They're fine, they're fine. Aha, okay, all right, okay. This is nice. So the XSR 900 and the GP with the fairings. This is lovely. I actually have a 1990 Yamaha FZR 1000 XL, because back when I passed my test in '89, it was a dream bike. Obviously I couldn't afford one. So this is the same color as that. I just think this looks absolute. 12.5 grand for the 900cc. It's about 120 horsepower. About 120 horsepower, 119. That looks the dogs. That looks the dogs. And even the naked version. This looks great. Do you know what? It'd be hard to make the choice. It would be hard to make the choice. Naked or fairing. They both look fucking awesome. Oh, Yamaha is on a roll here. Yamaha, of all the Japanese brands, to me, top of the game, because we've got another couple of bikes here now we're going to. One of the star of the show for me, I'm talking, same engine. Here we go, is this the R9? The new R9. So this is obviously for their track version, that's a track version. Look at these. So this is that 900cc again. I sat on this earlier. This is proper, it is full on, and I look at it, it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. 120 horsepower, again, yeah, the same triple, and I love a triple, 900cc triple. Everything that this engine's gone into, there's the MT09, the R9, the GSR 900, like, this engine is a killer. The engine absolutely kicks ass, and I've sat in this, look at this. And like you've got the Yamaha, I love black. Black is my favorite color for bikes, but that Yamaha blue, the Yamaha, it's got to be this blue. They look absolutely gorgeous. These are tremendous. And 120 horsepower is more than enough. You got to remember, that's more than the original blade. That's more than the original Ducati 916. That's a lot of power, more power than you ever need. You have the R125, the R7. So the R7, they're racing in the Super Sport Series as well. Guys are doing incredible things with these. Only 700cc, 74 horsepower, but these guys are getting around 100 horsepower out of these things. And screaming and having massive crack, and it's a cheap way of fucking racing as well. Cheap, relatively speaking. So the R7s and the R9s, and they're on a roll. They are on a roll, and the Tenere 700s, and we're not finished yet. We're not finished. Yamaha's really, fair play to Yamaha. The MT10, they're mad bastard. 150, let me have a look. 166 horsepower. That has hooligan written all over it. That has hooligan written all over it. Look at that. As super nakeds go, man dear, you'd be hard pressed to get anything better than that. Well, apart from the mvagusta, but like, there's only about 30 grand difference. How much is this, the MT10? 16.6. So either this or an mvagusta for an extra 40 grand. The choice is yours. Okay, we'll move on from Yamaha. Yamaha has done well. I'm liking everything. The R9, gorgeous. Absolutely, I love it. One of my stars of the show? I think so. In the real world, obviously the mvagusta. What am I saying, star of the show? It's a Panigale V4S, because I've just bought one. What the fuck am I talking about? Panigale V4S, or two of them? Am I right in the head? Okay, I'm talking shite. We shall move on. Where should we go to now? Have I done everything? Maybe I have. Jesus, this could be goodbye. I knew I hadn't finished with Yamaha. It's the torture. This is the gift that they dangle in front of us and then take it away. Look at this. The R1 GYTR. Look at that. But you can't, well, you can buy this one, but you can only ride it on track, because no more feckin' road bikes. The R6 has gone track only as well. Well, the R6 is, didn't even bother with an R6 anymore. So, yeah, the R1, RIP, bastards. And when you think about it, this is Kyle Ride's bike. Kyle Ride, who, if you follow BSP, and if you don't, you should. Last race of the season was pretty much, as everyone will agree, one of the best races in history. To be determined on the last race. Basically, it was one of the last corner of the last race of the season. That was it, between the 1 and 2, between Kyle Ride and Tommy Bridewell. You would have seen this. Everyone is, you should have seen it. If not, see it. So this is Kyle Ride's bike, a work of art, and a bike there is no road equivalent for anymore. Now, these are the race specs of the R9s, showing what is going to happen with these, which is pretty special. That's the R7, is it? That's the R7, the R9, but Kyle Ride's bike, and an R1, which you can't buy for the road. Can't buy an R6, you can't buy an R1. But you know what? At least we have the R9. Right, I know where I'm going now, and I can't believe I forgot about them. How can you forget about them? They're fecking everywhere. They're the biggest selling motorcycle manufacturer in the world. It's fecking Honda. Let's go there now. So of course, here we are with Honda. Can't come to a motorbike show without coming to Honda. First of all, we're going to have a look at what was my star of the show last year, the CBR 600s. Because I know a lad who bought one. My best mate in the whole entire world, Jay Murray. Jay, I love you. You do realize I regard you as one of my best friends, bestest buddies in the whole entire world. And you know, it'd be so awesome, you know, if you offered me a ride on it. He got the black pump. It is gorgeous. So I've seen him go around on track in it. I think I'm going to have to do a deal with him in the new season that if he lets me take his for a spin around Mondello, I let him take out my Panigale. I'm laying it down now, Jay. Let me take out your bike around Mondello and you can take my Panigale out. So here we are, 10.5 sterling, 10.5 sterling. I can't remember how much Jay paid for it in euros. A Stormer, he absolutely adores it. It's everything everyone's been saying about it. Yeah, looks better. It looks just as good in the sunlight beside a track as it does here under the lights. So the CBR 600, 120 horsepower, but I mean, they weigh nothing. I mean, apparently, okay, the chassis, the fundamentals go back till the year 1963 or something like that, but they've upgraded the electronics. We all know about it. And obviously Jack Kennedy, we have Jack Kennedy's baby, his bike here, his baby here, won the British Supersport on that very bike. And we know Jack is a good mate of Mondello's. John McGuinness's bike from the, we have Tommy Bridewell, only came second. I'm not going to say any more about that. So we have the blades. Oh, we're listening to Whitney. Oh Jesus, I might get done for copyright on that. So again, it's 23.5 grand for the SP version, 214 horsepower. You've seen all the real reviews on it, and you know, Tommy Bridewell did take it to second place at the British Superbikes this year. They're an awesome bike, so it's good to see that Honda is still in the game. They're still battling away in the 1000cc, even though Suzuki and Yamaha have stopped making their 1000cc superbikes. Honda is still there, and they're bringing back. They've brought back the CBR 600, so we have them and Kawasaki, the ZX6R, still fighting for the middleweight, the super sports. So I'm getting away from that music to a sound of a bloody engine going. What do we have? Scooters. Nothing really here of any interest to me. Oh yes. Okay. So this is the new Hornet 1000, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I think these are some of the best bargains of the show. Standard here, 9 grand for the standard. So you have the red one and a white one here. It's 150 horsepower. 150 horsepower. But look at this, the SP. SP makes 155 horsepower. You've got the uprated forks on this. We have the uprated shower forks and an Ollins rear shock. Look at that though, absolutely. And this, 155 horsepower. Uprated Brembo brakes, as you've got the Nissans on the standard. 10 grand, 10,000 pounds for a 155 horsepower monster. Showers, Ollins, and Brembo calipers. Seriously. And it looks great in these colors. It looks great, it looks awesome. I really, really like, and I'm not a huge fan, as I said before, I'm not a huge fan of naked bikes, but that one's got attitude. I tell you what, Honda is doing well. Honda has come on. They used to be the most boring of the, the most conservative of the Japanese brands, but they've got the CBR 600, they've got the Blade, the Hornet, the 750s. Where are they? We'll come across them now, and these are coming out. They're not outstanding. There's nothing wild about them. They just have a good look at it. It's a solid, I like it's a solid design. It looks decent. You'd be proud to have one of them. I'd be proud to have one of them. What do we have? We're going to run over here. Oh yeah, CB750. This one doesn't have a price now. I don't know why, but I only want to look at this one because of the color. What a gorgeous color. So the 750, I think it's about 90 horsepower. Yeah, 90.5 horsepower, which is more than enough for hilarity and lunacy. But look at that color. That is a stormer. That's all the bike you need. That is all the bike you need. I can't remember the price of the normal ones. How much were they? I'm going to ask this guy very, very quickly.
7.3.
7.3. So in and around, thanks a lot for that. So in and around 7.3. I don't know, 7.3 for this and 9 grand for that. It's just when you start looking at the lunacy of, okay, 30 grand Panigale or 60 grand mvaGustas, 44 grand Nortons, 7.5, 9 grand, 10 grand for the not even 10 grand for the SP. I'm telling you what, Honda, you're coming back, like, I'm liking it. It's kind of, it's strong, it's confident. It's like, yeah, we know who we are. So let's take our Honda. The Transalps, haven't ridden one yet. I really want to. I was really excited about this. I'm more excited about this than I am about the Africa Twin. Now, having said that, I haven't ridden an Africa Twin since it came out, and that was about maybe, God, I don't even know, 6 years ago now. I rode them at Goodwood. It's like riding a washing machine. That's unfair. I know they've been uprated since then. But the Transalp I prefer. Nice, about 90 horsepower. Yeah, 90 horsepower engine again. It's that 750, that twin. And when you look at this one, even the top boxer, these are the bikes that you would quite comfortably bang around Europe on it and no drama. And if you do drop it, they're easy enough, they're far easy to pick up. No, I like these type of bikes. I like them. I know I talked earlier about the BMW, the GS 1250s and the 1300s defying physics, but I wouldn't be upset having one of them at all. I know the Africa Twins have their own cult following. That's unfair, cult following, and people could say the exact same thing with me with Ducatis, but they're not cheap. 17.5 grand. I mean, that's Tiger 1200 money. That's GS money. I don't know. Okay, starting off at 13,250 for that one. 16.5. I really can't see what you're paying. Just under 16 and then 7. So how is there 4 grand's worth of difference between that one and this one? Answers on a postcard. They have their fans. Rock and roll, nothing wrong. I mean, they're a handsome enough looking bike. You know what, I'll ride one again. It's completely changed since the one I rode years ago at Goodwood. And considering the fact that Honda are really, I'm really liking the rest of their stuff. They just, when you see the likes of Suzuki, it's just like, Kawasaki's got a very confident lineup. Yamaha is an incredible lineup. And Honda, knows its business and is doing what it knows best. It's only Suzuki. Just looks like Suzuki are the ones who just seems to be giving up. Right, so before I bugger off, yeah, okay, the Gold Wings, 33 grand. I'm only 53 years of age, so I'm about 40 years too young for one of them. But listen, Honda has you covered, no matter what you are, from your little CRF 350, 300, or the Rally. Hold on, let's go quickly look at this. This is it. Now, no price on it yet. It only makes 27 horsepower. But, well, having said that, that Royal Enfield Himalayan was only 40 horsepower, which I rode earlier. But that is a lovely looking bike. Look at this, looks cracking. That is a bike you'd have fun on. Really like that. We know the smaller bikes, when you're going off-road, that's what you need. You can bound around with that. Anyway, just had to come back to that because I really like the look of it. Honda, you're doing well. You're doing well. Right, I think I'm done and dusted. We're near the end. I promise we're near the end. I'll be back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that is that. I was hoping to finish off the day with an interview with quite a special individual. I knew it was going to be too good to be true. I was promised it all day, but unfortunately I cannot get in contact with their agent. So yeah, I was hoping I was going to finish off with a bang with an interview for the first time ever, and it's not going to happen. So anyway, we're done. Motorcycle Live 2024. Hopefully I'll be back for 2025. Hopefully you might be able to like and subscribe to the channel. And on that, keep watching it. Oh yeah, and as I said, I will be riding the new Panigale V4S on track and on road, Irish roads, come March. Fingers crossed, all going well. And so that's it. Take it easy, good luck, stay safe, stay away from fucking EVs, and yeah, love you all. Bye-bye now, bye-bye, bye-bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. I thought it was done and dusted. I thought the day was going, and I thought, oh, just no way. I thought I'd lost the opportunity. I couldn't get in contact with his agent, and it was just impossible to contact. But here we are. We've left the NEC, but we are here in the hotel. And ladies and gentlemen, please, please, I'm so humbled to present to you all the world famous, the global celebrity, the main man with the master plan, the wonderful Gazzy Cunningham. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Very good, everybody. Yeah.
So, Gazzy, you're
sorry, I just flown in from Milan, so I'm a little bit tired.
Well,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we should all be humbled just to
Of
be
course,
here in your presence. In your presence. So, Gazzy, you were at the NEC, the Motorcycle Live show today.
I was.
And so, what was the highlight of the show for you? And you really enjoyed that, and that's fantastic. So you're a global traveller. So you're off to where is it? Morocco. You're off to now.
No, we're off to.
And that's wonderful.
We're off to Namibia.
And that's wonderful. And so you've been to. I believe you've been to India, the Himalayas. So you were interested in the new Himalayan, the Royal Enfield Himalayan, because you've ridden the last one. And now, what are your thoughts on the new one?
Very good.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so Ducati, I understand that you're also a Ducati fan, and you had the Desert X. You had a few different. How do you think of Ducati this year? That's brilliant. I really, really do appreciate that. It's been so wonderful. I mean, Gazzy, any parting words? Any words for all your fans out there today?
Hell yeah.
That's fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. This was Motorcycle Live 2024 from Birmingham. This is me, Gary McGovern, Gazzy Cunningham, and the whole Mondano crew. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you. Good night and good night. Bye-bye. Yeah. It's a bye-bye from me, and it's a bye-bye.
Bye-bye from me. Keep the change.